What's going on, everybody? John Eric Pauli here with my MMA news, and today's guest just defeated Ian Allston at CFFC 18, winner by a first round TKO, joined by Daiqwon Buckley. Daiqwon, nice to see you again, man. It's been a minute. How you doing, man?
Hey, John, I'm doing great, man. Nice to see you too, brother.
Yeah, so like I said there in the intro, right? It's been a minute since we last spoke, so I hope you're doing well, man. Just how's life been going, man? Everything good down there in Florida? Obviously, you're still winning fights. I'm sure training's still good. Just how's everything going, man?
Yeah, absolutely. I have no complaints, just looking forward to see what's next and doing my best to make the dream come true.
Good stuff, man. Let's get into the fight here now, here a little bit. This was a big win for you because you were coming off of your first loss. I want to actually start by backing up to that moment in time. Just what was that experience like? Every fighter says, right, it's not that you win and you lose, it's that you win and you learn. What did you make away from that loss and the experience of it that's going to help you out in the long run?
I definitely learned a lot, and I'm happy that, obviously I don't, no one's actually happy to lose, but I'm happy that when I did lose, that I took it early in my career. I learned a lot of things from that fight, just experience and everything like that that I was able to take with me, and just the little things too, like leading up to the fight, and being able to prepare a little differently um, after. So yeah, I definitely took a lot from that fight. But honestly, like I said, I'm happy that it was early in my career, and I'm moving forward, and I'm just glad that I got my the win the last fight. So.
And then emotion wise, right, coming out that loss, just how did you handle it? Because, right, it's a very weird thing with the fight game because, you can't be like, that's it, I'm coming back better than ever. And you push yourself so hard in training camp that you overdo it. And then also at that same time, you can't go in there and be angry when you're fighting either. You kind of have to learn how to balance the emotions of it out there. How were you able to kind of balance everything and just come to terms with everything?
Um, You know what? I didn't take it as bad as I thought I would. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is my career. Losses happen. That's pretty much what I told myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm putting it behind me and I'm just gonna move forward. Hopefully one day I can get that fight back. Um, but yeah, I didn't, think about it too much. I was just like, you know what, on to the next and, train a little bit harder and smarter. Most important, I definitely trained smarter to be able to do what I needed to do for the fight after that. So.
And then now, with all that being said, let's get into this actual victory here. Not too much to break down because you got it done in the first round with the TKO victory. Kind of just take everybody through the fight a little bit and that finishing sequence.
Okay. So yeah, Ian definitely he was a tough opponent. I knew that it was gonna be a pretty good fight. Leading up to everything, I didn't really have too much time to really think about, what I was gonna do like within the fight. Prior to the fight, I was in Pennsylvania and I was there for like 2 months. So as soon as I came back, they're like, "Hey, you want to fight Ian Allston?" And I was like, "All right," like, you know. But yeah, no, everything worked out, exactly the way I planned it. So I'm happy for that, definitely.
So there you go. You have it right there. It's a great performance. Then, what are the emotions like afterwards? Just how happy were you with that victory?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was super, super happy. It's definitely a weight off my chest, because I moved to Florida 2 years that day. So 2 years ago that day, I was driving to Florida to start my career. So it was definitely like, important for me to get that win. And, especially after coming off a loss, needed to let everybody know that like I'm still here, and that my last fight, like, like I said, I put it behind me and it'll be a little bit different, come April 1st when it did. And yeah, no, I'm definitely super excited. And I think that win put me in a better spot. Um, so hopefully I can get in, fight one of these bigger promotions again pretty soon.
And you mentioned, right, 2 years to the exact date that fight was from when you first made the move to Kill Cliff, the former Sanford MMA. And I remember we were doing, it might have even been our first interview doing together. You had just made that move down there. Well, now here it is, 2 years in the belt there. Just how comfortable are you with everything down there at Kill Cliff? And just what's this experience been like? Like, how much has the progression made since day one when you walked in that gym to now 2 years later?
Oh yeah, I'm night and day, you know. When I first came down, like, I was telling people before I came here, like, wow, I'm like, I thought I was so good, you know. And then I remember walking in the room, first day, and I just got trashed. I was getting beat up, thrown around, I was getting out struck, I was getting out wrestled, and like in my mind, it was a complete, eye opener. So in all honesty, I'm like, I questioned myself. I'm like, is this like even really for me? You know? But as the time went on, I started getting better and better, and I was able to compete with a lot of the guys in my gym, my teammates and stuff. So then as time went on, I started getting better and better. Fast forward 2 years later, I'm definitely a completely whole new and improved fighter for sure. I think I have world class skills, and I think it's showing. So yeah, definitely night and day from the time I got down here until now.
So you're progressing nicely. You're in a fantastic gym, and you've been doing everything right so far here in the career. I mean, obviously only a few fights on the belt, but you've been fighting in all great like pipeline promotions, like towards like a UFC or bigger promotion, right? You fought in CFFC, LFA, Titan FC, the PFL Challenger Series. I guess with all of that being said, I mean, what's next for you, man? Like, is one of these bigger promotions? What's next in line here? Because I mean, you're fighting in all the pipeline ones now. I mean, this big opportunity's got to be coming for you here now sooner than later.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely believe so too. What's honestly next is for me to, sign a contract and win my next fight. Obviously, you know, my time will come in those big organizations. But what's on my mind next is just, proper preparation and to whoever I fight next is to get a W. And that's it. And I know whatever will happen, whatever's supposed to be, it'll be. So but yeah, I definitely do see myself in one of the top tier organizations very soon.
And I'll definitely be following along, man, with you as you make this journey towards bigger and better things here in the sport. It's been great getting to obviously interview you since you first made that move, and now kind of seeing everything kind of starting to come full circle for you there. I guess let's end today's interview now the way we usually typically end interviews, because we obviously have a lot in common, being northeastern Pennsylvania guys. I'm obviously still here in NEPA. You're obviously now down in sunny, warm Florida there, but still, this fight, your last fight, right? It was in Philadelphia, so not too far from the hometown of Dunmore. What was the hometown support like there? I'm sure there's a lot of people from Dunmore coming down to Philly to see you fight.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. That was one of the big reasons too why I took the fight. Because like I said, I mean, even coming off of a loss, sometimes you're just still not mentally, right to go. But I knew I was like, you know what, this might be like my only chance to be able to fight in front of my family, my friends, and the people that live close. So yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was definitely got pretty electrifying in there. Definitely got pumped up and definitely gave me a little bit more of an edge to go and get the job done. But yeah, no, it was awesome. I appreciate everybody for showing up and coming to support me or even watching it or whatever the case may be. I do appreciate that.
And it's been a great few weeks for Dunmore Athletics. Of course, you get your win, and then also the hometown Lady Bucks got their first state championship in girls basketball. They've always had a great program. They've been close to getting that title for a little while. It's nice to see them finally win the state championship there. I'm sure you were following along with that journey as well. Just how happy were you with that team?
Oh, I was so happy for the Lady Bucks. I remember I actually watched the game and, to see, the girls get it done as I knew they were, it was time. I mean, especially out of all Dunmore sports, the Lady Bucks, I mean, they're always, top tier. And to see them get it done, it was actually awesome. So I want to say congratulations to them too, because it was an awesome performance for all the girls.
Yeah, man, it was great seeing the Lady Bucks win. It was great seeing you win, and it's been a pleasure as always. Last thing before we head out for the day, social media, so people know where to follow you at. You have any like management sponsorships, people from the gym you got to plug, anything like that? Floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. My Instagram is Daiqwon Buckley underscore MMA. I want to thank my teammates and coaches all at Kill Cliff for, just being by my side and helping me prepare, making sure I'm the best fighter that I possibly am, and also being friends too. I also want to thank my family and friends too for the support and what they always do. My sponsors, they're a big, big, big part of my success and being able to help me move forward in my career, but just getting things done, which helped me being able to fight. So I want to thank all those my sponsors and stuff too. And thank you, John, for like I said, always, put myself out there and get my name out there. So I appreciate that.